Well, first up, let's tell you how from the stage of Times Network Summit, the Prime Minister took a whale dig at Rahul Gandhi. Prime Minister Modi said that his government in the last 9 years had transformed the country from Fragile 5 to anti-fragile by reimagining and reinventing governance. He then went on to say that there are some products which are launched and relaunched every 6 months but without any reimagination. Now this has been seen as a whale jibe at Rahul Gandhi by the Congress, which is still basking in the popularity of the Bharat Jodo Yatra. They say that politics should not be reduced to a bazaar selling products. But first, listen in to the Prime Minister exclusively speaking at a Times Network summit.
हमारे यहाँ तो अधिकतर ओपिनियन मेकर्स हर 6 महीने में एक ही प्रोडक्ट के रीलॉन्च रीलॉन्च उसमें बिजी रहते हैं। और इस रीलॉन्च में भी वो रीइमेजिनेशन नहीं करते। खैर काफी समझदार लोग यहाँ बैठे। जो भी हो, लेकिन ये आज के समय के लिए बहुत ही रिलेवेंट थीम है।
Meanwhile, the Congress rose back, saying that Gandhi Parivar is a product which never gets old.
उनकी अपनी सोच है। हकीकत यह है कि जो गांधी परिवार है, ये एक ऐसा प्रोडक्ट है कि वो कभी पुराना नहीं होता, क्योंकि इस परिवार का बहुत योगदान है देश की आज़ादी से लेकर देश को बनाने में। जो इस परिवार ने काम किया है वो इतिहास के पन्नों में है।
It is very unfortunate. Politics is not a bazaar. Politics is not a market. I know and everybody knows that BJP leaders are very good salesmen. That is the reason they think Rahul Gandhi is also product, Congress party is also product.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी, प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी जिस तरह से राहुल गांधी जी के ऊपर और कांग्रेस के ऊपर बार बार कटाक्ष करते हैं, ये साफ दर्शाता है उनकी बौखलाहट को।
The economy is in doldrums, rupee is falling, agricultural industrial production has come down, exports have come down, inflation is on the rise, unemployment at the highest level. Now, you tell me what is there for this government to boast about? There's nothing. They want to attack everything that was there in the past. These previous governments include Atal Bihari Vajpayee's 6 years of rule in this country. So he keeps attacking even that period also. They always keep speaking about one family. They keep speaking about one family. Now, the fresh revelations that are there in the country, this government is about one person. NDA government is Adani, Adani is NDA government.
But the BJP, of course, hits back at the Congress, saying that in marketing terms, when a product fails to sell, it should be withdrawn.
Our Prime Minister is spot on this issue. Interestingly, in purely marketing terms, a market survey is done, but you don't launch a failed product. Ultimately, if your survey after survey tells you that the product is failed in the market, you try to launch some other new product.
यात्रा कम हो या ज़्यादा, फर्क इससे नहीं पड़ता। यात्रा के पीछे नियत क्या है, नीचे कर लो थोड़ा सा, फर्क उससे पड़ता है। और देश की जनता कांग्रेस की नियत को भली प्रकार से समझ गई है। न देश की जनता का भरोसा पहले था, न आज है, और आने वाले कल में भी कांग्रेस पर भरोसा नहीं रहेगा।
So let me go across to our panelists. Charu Pragya is joining us, spokesperson of the BJP, Sandeep Singh, a political analyst. Charu Pragya, I'm going to come to you first. You just heard what the Congress party said. Gandhi Parivar एक ऐसा product है which never gets old.
Meghna, good evening. See, The reinventing and relaunching of Rahul Gandhi ji with the Congress has been going on since as long as I can remember. I think it started around 2006, 2007. Every year I have this very vivid remembrance of this India Today cover. And every cover says, is he ready? The sign is back. Yuvraj is here. Raga gets relaunched, so on and so forth. And actually I pulled out this one image. I don't know if you can see it or not and if the camera can focus on this or not. But the fact is that every single year, Rahul Gandhi is relaunched in a new avatar and all these avatars failed. I have been seeing it since before Prime Minister Modi became the Prime Minister of our country and till today. So every year you come up with a new idea, that new idea fails, and every year Congress relaunches its Yuvraj apparently in a new avatar, but there is no new avatar, there is no intelligent conversation, there is no constructive criticism in the way you talk about the government, there is no sense of responsibility, there is not even enough reading and research before making a statement. Every single time he takes the mic in his hand, it's bizarre. So I think our Prime Minister was right on point. See, if a product is not working, maybe Congress should reconsider this. And you know, I will say this as a young citizen of this country. A responsible opposition is very important for the progress of any democracy. If Rahul Gandhi cannot be a responsible opposition, maybe it is time for someone else to take his place. We've seen this happen again and again with the choosing of the Congress president. Right now, he might not be the Congress president, but who gets all the eyeballs? Who does the Bharat Jodo Yatra? Who gives the main statements? Who does the press conferences? So he's become bigger than the president.
But,
so they've got
but here's the problem, Charu. We just heard the BJP, and they may be right about it. It is the BJP which seems to be making Rahul Gandhi so very popular. Every time he wears a t-shirt, it's a big deal. Every time which brand of t-shirt he wears becomes a big deal. What jacket he wears becomes a big deal. And a lot of it is due to the BJP, because of the BJP and what you all are doing on social media. Is the Congress right in saying that the BJP and perhaps the Prime Minister too should stop attacking Rahul Gandhi? Why are you so preoccupied with him?
No, I'm glad you are talking about choice of clothing, etc. When you're a public figure, Meghna, whether you're a celebrity in the sports world, in the movie world, in politics, people are going to discuss everything about you. Do you not remember all the time Prime Minister Modi's outfits have been discussed? Maybe his headgear is discussed. Maybe the kind of jacket he's wearing is discussed. But there is a choice. You have that conscious decision to make every day. What are you representing when you choose your clothing every day? Are you talking about India? Are you talking about renovation of a new technology? Are you talking about the Indian handloom, or you're boasting of an expensive foreign brand and that's all that there is to it? So I don't want to comment on that. There is no leader whose clothing choices or any other choices for that matter are not being discussed. More importantly, when you are saying it is BJP who's making Rahul Gandhi important, let me tell you this. If you speak to any Congress leader, they will tell you what the problem in Congress is, and that is a lack of firm and clear and visionary leadership. So many Congress leaders over the past several years have continued to leave the party. Young leaders, old leaders, people who've been here for over 5 decades, they're leaving the party. Why is that happening? If there is no good leadership to inspire people and bind them together, this is going to happen. And I have nothing to do with the Congress or with the way Mr. Gandhi chooses to lead his life. But the fact of the matter is that if you present yourself as the chief opposition leader, remember that in the Lok Sabha, even today, the chair of leader of opposition remains empty. Remains empty because Congress couldn't even get enough number of seats to occupy that chair.
Which is why it's interesting that he still continues to hog the limelights, whether or not Congress is winning. But anyways, listen in once again to what the Prime Minister had said. This, remember, was a Times Network summit that he spoke in exclusively.
हमारे यहाँ तो अधिकतर ओपिनियन मेकर्स हर 6 महीने में एक ही प्रोडक्ट के रीलॉन्च उसमें बिजी रहते हैं। और इस रीलॉन्च में भी वो री इमेजिनेशन नहीं करते। खैर काफी समझदार लोग यहाँ बैठे। जो भी हो, लेकिन ये आज के समय के लिए बहुत ही रिलेवेंट थीम है।
Well, there are some issues with Sandeep Singh, but if you can hear me now, Sandeep, आप ये बताइए, अभी जैसे प्रज्ञा बोल रही थी, चारू बोल रही थी कि राहुल गांधी एक ऐसे प्रोडक्ट रहे हैं जो लॉन्च के बाद लॉन्च होते जा रहे हैं, रीलॉन्च होते जा रहे हैं, and I believe we've lost the product. I guess we'll have to wait for 2024 to see if this product of the Congress is going to be a hit or a miss. Thank you so much for joining us, Charu, here on the show. Also Sandeep Singh, although we couldn't come to you though. But with that, a short break. Don't go anywhere.